okay, everywhere you go, there's something cool. What's cool here in San Francisco near the beach is the fact that this California poppy is naturalizing in all the cracks on the sidewalk. And what I've been told is that no one has done anything to create this effect. Somehow the original seed got here. Now we have an entire colony of plants. And you can see here the seed pods. And all you need to do is take seed pods like this and collect them. If you take these seed pods off, you're taking the energy that the plant would normally put into the seeds and taking that away so that it encourages more blooming, because the plant is all about trying to reproduce. Like here's a really big one. There's gonna be a ton of seed. I could even show you the seed inside of this. This is one of my favorite California natives right here. This gets really difficult with one hand. Look, there it is. There's all the seed in there. And that is really good poppy seed. And I'm actually eating some right now, inadvertently. But the biggest, fattest ones, I'm gonna take those. And you can put them anywhere. You can put them in your little cracks. But this particular California native poppy, there's a bunch of them. This is Eschscholazia. I don't even know how to say the genus name. Meridema, meaning it grows, maritime conditions near the coast. And it is a low, flat mound. Not a mound, just a flat mat. And it's one of my favorites because it keeps the garden really neat. Some of the poppies can get 3 feet tall and they get a little crazy. You can see they're kind of all over the place. They're over here. And but all you need to do is take these seed pods and just wherever they're not. Oh, look. There's some right there. Those will be blooming next year. You can just throw these seed pods around and they'll explode, and they'll just colonize the whole entire sidewalk until the whole sidewalk looks more like this right here. And here's another really good one. I'm gonna take this one here and
Hey, are you stealing my poppies?
No, just the seeds. It's the seeds.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. I got a little concerned, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, you're Gary the avocado person.
That's me.
Yeah, I recognize you.
So to be totally honest, I just planted some avocados in Eva's backyard. And when I saw her avocados in her backyard is so cool that the world needs to see. And she's going to give us a quick garden tour.
All right. Well,
and tell us all about it. Here we go.
Come on in.
And where are we? What do you call this area of San Francisco?
The Parkside Sunset neighborhood.
Parkside Sunset neighborhood.
Yeah.
And what's cool about this neighborhood is it's right next to the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, so you can go surfing.
I saw your booties drying out. It looks like, is this you?
Yeah.
Right on. Cool. Maybe I'll see you out there one day. I like warm water.
Yeah.
I'm more of a San Diego kind of a surfing creature. I can dodge the great whites and the cold water. But look, the first thing I saw when I came into this garden, the first thing I saw to match the California poppies is this beautiful orange in here. It was such a beautiful glow. And then we've got kind of a bluish gray on the house. And so I really like that.
Well, hold up. I got to show you something if you like that. Wait,
Something's coming. Something's coming. And look, you can actually eat in this garden. You just come up the stairs. You don't even have to get home before you eat. Nasturtium. It's nasturtium.
We're making a gate to match,
No
the blue
way.
And the orange
That's so cool.
with buttons.
Where's that going to go?
Over there.
Uh-huh.
Well, we're getting chickens soon, so we got to keep the chickens from hopping over. That's Miss Law's fence, so we got to keep the chickens out of there so they can't come up the stairs. And my mom has a ton of buttons, so wow.
These are cool. Look at it. So it looks like somebody has some amazing creative talent in the backyard, because there's some really creative things going on. Now, when I first walked in, I just assumed that was Ava, but
yeah, her name is Cynthia Piatkowski. She's my mom, and she's the most creative person I know. Love you, Mom.
She needs to be a garden designer.
Yeah, she should be giving this tour, but she's a little camera shy. Maybe if we can get her to come out here.
Stick her head out the window. Yeah. So we're going to use this as the marketing tape to get her this big burgeoning landscape design and construction business, and she can make all these custom gates and all this other cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's go keep cruising along here. And I noticed in the, next door, if you have a really, really long arm, you could, in the middle of the night, when, what's the lady's name next door?
Miss Law.
When Miss Law, her name's Law?
Mm-hmm, kind. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well, Law, that would be against the law for us to do this. We might get busted. But she has sugarcane.
Yeah.
That is tropical Hawaiian sugarcane right there. There's the stalks. You can eat that right there. And anyway, but
Yeah,
you probably...
she's super nice. She lets us eat her lemons and her loquats because, you know, we just have a baby loquat tree, so we're not ready to eat them. But she's got like 3 mature, beautiful, big loquat trees out there in the back.
She's got a beautiful garden. There's all kinds of fruit.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried the sugarcane?
No.
Look how fat that is. That's going to be tasty.
Yeah.
You need to cut a deal. As soon as these avocados ripen that we planted for you,
Yeah.
you need to cut a deal with Mrs. Law so you don't break the law. And
Yeah.
go back there and ask her for a cutting. You can actually grow these things from cuttings too, in little divisions. Maybe if you really play your cards right, she'll give you a little division. You can have your own sugar cane.
Yeah, I'll have a legal conversation with her about that. That's a
Right,
good idea.
right.
Yeah.
You won't have to buy your sugar anymore. The other thing that they just got, this is so beautiful and fresh and colorful, are the redwood rounds for the stepping stones back here. That was one of the first things I saw that I was really impressed by. And you got those straight off of Craigslist, huh?
Straight off of Craigslist. Just someone's taking some trees down over in Danville and selling them.
And you said $15 each.
Something like that.
That's
I think
pretty
15
cool.
For the medium, 20 for the large, or something like that.
So I'm cutting down a big redwood soon, unfortunately, because it's in the wrong place and I
Yeah.
inherited it. Maybe I'll do this with the rounds. This is really, really cool. And so here we go. Lavatera, native California, beautiful flower from the Channel Islands, right there. And what are your favorite plants in the garden, Eva?
Oh, well, let me tell you about
Here we
my
go.
favorite plants. I just love well, okay, nasturtium is my #1 because it grows everywhere. You can eat the flower,
Yeah.
you can eat the leaf. It's really
I just
good.
ate some.
High in calcium, right? And then
I'm feeling
blossoms sweet.
calcified.
You look calcified.
I'm feeling calcified.
Yeah. Then we got some Vietnamese cilantro. That stuff is pretty good. And hiding behind it is some regular cilantro. We got our baby loquat tree.
Oh, yeah.
I grew
Is that a
from
seedling?
seed.
Beautiful.
I sprouted the seed. My friend gave me a fruit from her tree that, you know, she put all her love into for 15 years, and now I had a baby. So
all right, you got to watch I just made a loquat video from the tree in my house.
Really?
Yeah. It talks all about, where it's from and everything. This is
Oh,
actually
I
one of
wish
the
I knew more
most,
about it.
this is one of the original invasive plants of the world.
no way.
Yeah, it's called Areobatria japonica because
What?
it's in Japan. But what I didn't know until I did some research on it is it's actually not native to Japan. It's native to China,
Yeah.
but it was brought to Japan like 1,000 years ago.
Wow.
And now it's growing all through the forests of Japan, even though it was never originally native there. It's interesting, huh?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's so sort of like, it's part of the culture now and everything else in Japan, to the extent that people just kind of think, well, it belongs here.
Yeah.
So-
Hey, shout out to Lisa Zhang. What's up? She gave me the seed.
Woo, woo,
Thank you,
woo, woo,
Lisa.
woo. Thank you, Lisa. All right. Well, look at all the fun stuff. Like, there's this cute little cactus in here.
Oh,
Just look at the
yeah.
little blooms coming. Look at
The
that.
bowling ball we found buried back
Yeah.
here.
I want to get there's all these great ideas. Look, they found a buried bowling ball. Who
Yeah.
finds buried bowling balls in the garden? I wonder how many people on earth have ever found a bowling ball.
There's a place a few blocks down where they have 3 just like that in their front yard on display. So
You got,
that's not, more
well,
than one.
but the question is whether they found them buried in their garden.
That's true.
I bet out of 7 billion people, you're the first I've ever heard of.
Really?
There can't be that many people that like go and plant a plant in their backyard and they find a bowling ball buried.
That's something.
But anyway, there's all kinds of cute little things. There's a really beautiful brick over here that I saw. I collect bricks myself. And look, this is the Athens Block Company. Can you see that? That's a really beautiful brick.
Yeah, so my dad, valedictorian from Lancaster, Buffalo, went to University of Ohio, stole a brick from where he was living.
Is that the brick?
tell The law. Or
And this is the brick.
This is the brick he stole.
That's
from,
the brick.
I don't know when the.
So this is the
70s,
evidence.
The 70s, yeah. He stole a brick.
So when the federales come over here, you're gonna have to hide that brick because
Yeah,
if they
we
can't
better
find the
hide it.
evidence, they can't convict you.
Yep, that's
Right?
true.
That's what I'm thinking. So just be careful. You got to watch out for that. Well, look at the little edging. The other beautiful little cactus in here. This is the Apuntia violacea because it typically gets a kind of a purpley hue to it. This one's not doing. What color were the flowers on this? Oh, they're yellow. I could see.
Yellow, yeah.
They're yellow back there. So this is a beaver tail cactus. What I like about it, though, is the backdrop of the cactus being the wine bottles. And what I like about that, and look, you could look, they're all over. It's like you can remember all of the fun times you had. You don't have to throw away the evidence of the fun you had. You can celebrate it in the garden. And check this out. I noticed this over here. Look at this. Yeah, these people party. Look, they totally party. Look, they even had a whole wine barrel full of wine, and they didn't want to throw the rings away because they had so much fun drinking that wine that they threw it back here. And then, look, I'm not sure if did you guys move on to barrels after bottles, or is it bottles after barrels?
I don't know.
Which came first?
I had nothing to do with it. Daughter over here.
You have fun parents.
Yeah, I guess so.
I bet they have fun friends too.
Yeah,
I bet there's a lot.
so.
Look at this. Look at, they've gone through a lot of wine barrels here.
This is the sculpture from, unfortunately, the
What was that, an apple?
Tree
Apricot,
caught a
okay.
disease,
That's too bad.
That was really a big loss for us. But we do have blackberries.
I see that. I saw that, and I was eyeing those. I saw these blackberries.
You grab some because they're
Yeah.
really,
I saw these blackberries here. I saw the moment I walked in way over there, and I'm like, I wonder if she'll go inside the house and get something so she won't see me.
Oh yeah, I'm not with you.
Oh, they're delicious. Delicious. So, the other great thing about this garden, what I noticed right away, and these are to help people like design their spaces. This is a really fun, eclectic garden. And they didn't know I was going to film this, so they didn't clean up or anything. Got the hammock back there. You kind of want to see gardens when they're not cleaned up. It's like the real deal. It looks like this guy will not leave these plants alone here. Look, he loves that. But
baby arugula is delicious.
what's really cool about this garden, it's in the San Francisco, and usually you'll have these huge structures all around you. They don't here. They have all this borrowed scenery, mainly fruit trees from neighboring properties, and also a big bunch of open sky behind the garden, which is really fantastic. I think that's a really, it's just wonderful. You have that.
Yeah, thanks.
The other thing that I really like what you did, are those more, there's more wine barrel evidence. The other thing I really like what you did here, can you explain this Arbor system?
Okay, trying to speak for my mom again here. So she's huge on water conservation, and we've been in a drought for who knows how long. So
We're always in a drought here. It's California.
the roof collects the water, comes down in the pipe. We got this, pipe, and then it goes into the barrel.
So check it out.
Past the
So-
dino kale, past the giant bush that's been here over probably 25 years. This bush has
Rock rose. Those are tough.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's definitely a rock rose.
We got our rain.
Oh, you got your beads are going to cover up. So you got your water tanks. So your mom, I'm going to guess that your mom and dad went to Italy and saw the beautiful aqueducts of Italy that spanned across the
I
valleys.
do believe that was possibly their honeymoon.
Oh, really?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Could have been.
And they were inspired by such conveyance of water from far distances where it could be better used. And that's my guess on how this whole thing came about. You'll have to ask him about that.
Yeah.
But this is something else I've never seen. This is really creative. I've never seen anyone use a cool arbor system to convey water. Let's kind of see how they did it. So it looks like we have a 2x4 on top, 2x4 here, and on the side that you don't see, that's where the pipe is. And they used some Simpson strong ties, which are these right here. And I actually know the guy, well, he passed away. There's a ex-World War II fighter pilot, lives in my town. Richard, Barclay Simpson. Simpson.
Familiar.
Look him up,
I've heard of him.
He's a super cool dude I hung out with and drink beer with a few times. And he was the inventor of the Simpson strong tie. And he said back in World War II, when you flew back across the Pacific, and you got to San Francisco, you could actually fly under the bridge. And they said back then they would just give you like a little slap on the hand. If you did that now, you would be thrown in prison for a lot of years. But he said he did it. He said all the pilots, it was like on their bucket list to fly under the bridge. And it was you weren't supposed to do it, but he told me all about that.
Sounds like
But
an incredible
yeah,
experience.
tell me about your chicken coop, Eva.
Yeah, well, the chicken coop was really a hard decision decision because like this is the only space we really have to put it, and there's the fig tree right smack in the middle of where we want to put it. So figuring out how to deal with the chicken. Well, first off, we got some herbs that chickens like that'll, you know, keep their system nice and healthy. Some lavender, some sages, trying to get the mint to root, but it's not. We got some
Welcome
parsley,
to gardening.
some parsley and oregano coming up maybe for these. Here's our fig tree. Oh, and the guard of the chicken. So we do have an extreme raccoon problem here. So we needed to get a deity to guard the chickens.
Did you build this?
We did not build
somebody. This is really custom. I mean, this looks professional.
We hit up Urban Garden Workshop for this.
So they can call Urban Garden Workshop.
Yeah, they're located up in Ukiah.
Okay.
And it's made out of reclaimed redwood and.
It just looks like I'm creeping around here.
Look, so this is your watering system. There's a deep watering system. You drill a hole in your plastic soda can, and you leave it open down on the bottom. Yeah. And then you take the cork out. More evidence of wild parties that were here.
I had nothing to do with
I'm going to come hang out over here.
Yeah.
And then you fill this thing up, and then it slowly will release the water down deep into the roots. And that's a really fun thing to have around.
Do you think we should do that on the avocados? Or
No, they would rather have surface water going down through the
Gotcha.
root system. They're a shallow rooted tree with lots of a matrix of roots in the upper surface there. One thing you should do though is mulch heavily this whole entire area to sort of mimic a forest composition for the floor of the forest.
Okay.
And so here are Eva's trees. We're going to end on the avocado trees because the video has to end at some point, somewhere, somehow. Oh, by the way, I feel kind of bad about this. Would you like that?
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah.
I should probably give those back.
Yeah.
So, you know, so here's the thing, like, I'm going to save you a lot of money.
But you can have them.
I'm going to save you a lot of money here. You don't have to buy the fancy bagels anymore with the poppy seed on them. Mm-hmm. You could just buy plain bagels and then put your own poppy seed on them.
That sounds great.
You'll think about me either. Every day you do that.
More flavorful,
right? Because,
fresher.
Yeah, because the poppy seed ones are way more expensive than the regular, aren't they? Are they?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, anyway, now you know how to make your own poppy seed bagels.
Well, thank you.
So here is one of Eva's trees. This is the Zutano. I can tell by the leaf. It has a really big, lush leaf. And we got it in the ground. And let's see. I know there are some fruit already on this tree. Where are they hiding, Eva? Can you help me find them? I'm sure I saw some. I thought I saw some. Oh, there's one. Little baby. There he is.
Hello.
There's probably a few more. Oh, there's another one. And there's one right there. So Eva has a new little child to take care of her. And that's her Zutano. Let's go take a look at the other guy framing the other side of the yard. And this is going to be Lamb Hoss. And here we go. There's one Lamb Hoss, 2 Lamb Hoss, 3 and 4 Lamb Hoss. So 5 and 6 Lamb Hoss. So I would say 7, 8 Lamb Hoss. On a little tree like this, you're probably going to want to only have maybe 5 to 6 avocados max. Okay. Because the tree is so small, you don't want all the energy going to those fruit and to nowhere else, and then it stunts the plant. Mm-hmm. And so plant.
It's okay to keep 5 on, even though it's fresh.
Yeah, I would say 5 is good.
That's pretty good.
And so what you can do is you can wait a little while, and you can decide which ones are the biggest 5, and then cut everything else off.
All right, sounds good.
All right, well, those are Eva's avocado trees, and I'm going to cut out of here after she waters these things. Oh, I feel as good as the tree now.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. You like your tree, Eva?
I love it. Thank you so much, Gary.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. All right, look at that.